Okay, we are taking a look at the full moon energy that is coming up, and we're using first the golden Lenormand. We get the child, the ring, and the dog. And this pretty much talks about open and honest friendships and sort of really reliable, like trustworthy friendships. So it pretty much just shows that it's a good time to sort of reconnect or to be there and have these connections and conversations with people that you trust and you have open and honest relationships with. It seems pretty good. If you're going to hang out with your friends that you can be completely open and honest with, and you are like loyal to each other and there for each other, if that's the energy that comes with a new moon, that or the full moon, I mean, that means it seems pretty good. Okay, now let's see what the deviant moon has to say about the full moon energy. Okay, so we have a root card of the Two of Swords, and there is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, earlier, so I divide the cards into 6 piles before I shuffle them and I reverse one of them. But the Ace of Pentacles spit out of the deck earlier. So here it is. It definitely wants us to see what is going on here. So the Ace of Pentacles with a core of the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords shows up when we feel resistance toward, something that we want to accomplish, and there's a bunch of resistance, but the resistance is actually coming from within. The Two of Swords shows when we are fighting ourselves so much that we never even turn our attention to the outside world to see how much resistance comes from there. You know, it does show like the mental deadlock and all of that, but it is all internal struggle that shows in the two. So we have the reversed Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, generally the card that shows up for people who start their own business, but this is really about taking your ideas and plans and taking them just from potential into the actual world. And down here is our universe of potential that's in the pentacle. Now, when this thing is reversed, it shows like not having the time or space or something, like there's some reason that the potential isn't coming out. The potential is there, but it's kind of stuck. Now, with the base of the Two of Swords, that would say that mostly we are fighting ourselves, but let's just see what sort of energy is surrounding the two here. We're going to do like this counterbalance thing. The Devil, very popular in readings lately, and the Wheel of Fortune. Holy shit. So, surrounded by huge, huge energies. Now, the Devil is obsession and possession. Now, at its core, right? The Devil is when we allow something, we give it so much power that it essentially possesses us. And I've always described this like Gollum in Lord of the Rings. Gollum really wanted to possess the ring, but the ring completely possessed Gollum. So on one side of this, we have just this obsessive energy, and on the other side is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, one of the things that I can say about this, if you do feel like you've got this plan or whatever, and it's just fucking slow to come out, or whatever is the deal, it's a great amount of difficulty bringing the energy into the world. Part of that is because of the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune shows energies that are bigger than we are. So we can't really do anything about the Wheel of Fortune. Um, but we can do something about the devil. So here, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is saying part of how you sort of feel stuck is the greater world, or the greater universe, sort of holding you in this space. Now, ultimately, that is always for a reason, so I wouldn't get bent out of shape about the Wheel of Fortune being there. It's just saying, look, there are energies at play that are bigger than you. Um, and this also is not a reversed Wheel of Fortune, so it looks like if there is a greater plan here, it actually will be beneficial in the long run, even if you feel stuck in the short run. But one of the things that you can do, especially when it comes to sort of releasing the inner struggle, is to try to keep a check on the devil. You just have to make sure that you're in control of the energy, because the devil, when this energy, when you are properly in control of an obsessive energy, then it would by itself destroy this too. The two of swords and the inner conflict, it would get destroyed by a greater obsession or sense of purpose that would show in the devil. So just make sure that you are sort of in control of the obsessive energy, and you're not letting it sort of hold you in a space of doing nothing. Two very seemingly different messages that are coming from the two decks, but we do have connecting with someone who you have a very open and honest relationship with, like a loyal friend. And here, I mean, maybe connecting with them and having conversations with them can help make sense of this shit and maybe help get rid of the block of the Two of Swords. But if you do have a project that you're trying to do, and I do, but if you have a project and it's like, oh my God, I put a bunch of energy in and I don't have shit to show for it. Part of that is shown in the Wheel of Fortune, and it's just saying there are bigger energies at play here, and don't worry about it. Like, eventually, it's going to help. The things that are restricting now will eventually turn out to be helpful. And if you can turn the obsessive energy and just make sure you're controlling it instead of it controlling you, then the obsessive energy could also reverse the two as well. So that's what we get here for the full moon. Interesting stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And also, if you have any requests for topics for readings, just leave them in the comments. And peace.